Here is the portion on global warming that I cut out of the last video about Armageddon. This part of the discussion was a surprise to me because I had no idea how much the Watchtower talks about it. Apparently, they eat up everything the media gives them on this particular subject. I guess it's an easy tool they use to convince their followers that this is proof we're in the last days. Yet you'll hear her talk about how everyone needs to get together to do something about this global warming crisis. Now, everyone getting together to proclaim world peace, that's a sign of the end for them. But the nations getting together to try and reverse global warming is an option? Interesting. Or maybe she understands that's not going to happen, and maybe she's happy about it because it means they're all ushering in Armageddon faster? I'm not sure. I have to admit, I also wonder if she really watches documentaries, etc., all about global warming, or if she's just feeding me exactly what she's read in Watchtower literature. I have to admit that I wanted to ask her if she watches all those documentaries. Does she ever see anything from Leah Remini? You can probably guess where I'd want to go with that conversation. But my guess is that her claim of doing all kinds of research, as with most Jehovah's Witnesses, is just about reading and watching Watchtower materials and nothing else. Anyway, I admit I let her take me off track because I was so fascinated by her comments. I tried to provide some give and take, but ultimately decided it wasn't worth debating with her.
The way things are happening, and even the way, like this, the way the Earth is being destroyed. Mm-hmm. Like scientists say that that the Earth is at a tipping point. That if the nations don't get together and start reversing global warming, we're at the tipping point where it's too late to do anything about it.
Okay. Do you think that's true?
And I think that's true, yes. Okay. I think scientists know what they're talking about.
Okay.
Look at the way these last 3 years have been. When you look at the news, there's floods, there's famines, there's droughts.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. They're on such a global scale that it's so large on a global scale that what can man do to reverse it?
Mm-hmm. But you think man caused it?
Pardon me?
You think that man caused the Earth to get warmer?
Global warming is man-caused, yes, to agree, yes.
But I'm curious, this is a really side point kind of thing, so I don't want to get stuck there, but because when you look back to the Middle Ages, there was a global warming as well.
Well, global warming has been going on for centuries since man was created.
Right, that's what
ever since the Industrial Revolution.
Well, but even before that, though, there seems to be cycles that the Earth goes through that doesn't seem to have anything to do with what man is doing. So is it possible?
Droughts and things like that, but not on a global.
Oh yeah, no, on a global scale, they've actually got quite a bit of evidence. I've been studying about that a little bit lately, and it seems that there's been a lot of sort of up and down, and back in the 50s, they were predicting global cooling, and then they had to change their minds and say, nope, it's global warming now.
Well, you see, that's the thing that's confusing, I think, too. And people not really listening to what and understanding what global warming is. Global warming is where so much pollution in the air that of course it's creating just a big cloud where the sun and ozone is being depleted. So that doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to get warmer. Global warming is indicative of winters getting really, really cold and summers getting really, really hot.
Okay.
And that's been happening in the last 3-4 years, very, very drastically.
Yeah. Okay.
So a lot of people, felt, well, it'd be wonderful, global warming. We'll be able to grow bananas and pineapples on the Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
Well, that is a lot of ridiculous nonsense.
It sort of did happen, though, actually. They were able to have vineyards in Greenland where you could not have a vineyard there now, but there was a period of time where they could for a while.
Well, the permafrost is melting there, yes, certainly.
Yeah.
And so then houses and whole towns are disappearing into mud because of the permafrost. And of course, the ice caps are disappearing. So that all is affecting the weather. Like all this ice melting down into the Atlantic is coming around. Scientists say it's as if those icebergs, as they're melting, they're traveling down in south, and then they're going into the Suez Canal, and they're warming, and they're cooling actually the Pacific Ocean. So the acidity of the Pacific Ocean is being disturbed.
Changed.
And of course, this is affecting the whales and the sea life and the corals.
Yeah.
So global warming isn't just the Earth getting warm and turning into a beautiful summer.
No.
It's not that simple.
Oh, no. So I'm curious. Do you watch like National Geographic, or because you sound very knowledgeable about this? Like, where do you?
Yeah, I do a lot of reading and do a lot of watching. That's what I watch. I watch science shows. Read science books.
Yeah.
I don't read fiction. I don't enjoy fiction.
Yeah. Well, you could probably spend a day with my husband. He loves the science shows. That's what he likes to.
Yeah, once you get into it, it's really fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, interesting. That was sort of a side topic, but okay. So back to Armageddon.
This is where we picked up again on the subject in the last video. I separated this part out so we could stay on topic. If you already checked out the last video, stay tuned for the next one coming next week, which is where we get into some discussion about 1975 and other failed watchtower prophecies.